Today is March 30th, 2020. Today we'll be working on divided fractions, whole numbers by unit fractions. Does anybody remember what a whole number is? Let me think. A whole number is a set of counting numbers that includes 0. So it would be something like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Whereas a unit fraction is a fraction where the numerator is 1. That would be an example such as 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, and so on. All right, so today we are dividing whole numbers by unit fractions. So let's look at the problem. 2 divided by 1/5. We know that 2 is the what number? Whole number. Good job. Whereas 1/5 is your unit fraction. Good job. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. We're going to do this in the area model. So in the area model, what you're going to do is you're going to take your whole number, you're going to draw that amount of boxes. So in this case, we would have 2. Try to make them as even as possible because we remember that with fractions, it's all about being equal, all about sharing, making sure everybody got the same amount. But my drawing is kind of funny, but that's it. Okay, now once you have your box drawn, what you're going to do is you are going to divide each box into the amount of that unit fraction. Let me show it to you. All right. So this box, I'm going to divide it into fifths because I'm using that denominator. Because remember that a denominator shows you the total number of pieces. So we have 5. The marker's not working. 2, 3. And each of them are divided into 5 because we know that 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, put it together, it equals a whole. All right, so you have 5 in here, 5 in here. Now, you're just going to count them. So if I count them, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my answer. My answer is 10. So 2 divided by 1/5 is 10. So this is what we call the area model. That's the area model. So we're going to do it another way. And let's see whether or not we get 10. All right, so another way to do this problem is to keep it, change it, flip it. Keep it, change it, flip it. Remember those 3 steps. Keep it, change it, flip it. So you're going to keep the first number. And we know that from a previous video, 2, to make that whole number a fraction, we're just going to put it over 1. So it will now be 2 over 1. We are going to change. You're going to change that division sign into a multiplication sign. So we're going to change that division sign into a multiplication sign, and we're going to flip the second problem. So we're going to flip that unit fraction. So we're flipping the unit fraction. So now you're going to flip it, and it's going to be 5 over 1. 5 over 1. So now you have 2 over 1 times 5 over 1. And then you multiply straight across. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1. And we know that when we have a number over 1, it's going to be itself. It's going to change back into that regular whole number. So it would be 10. So again, keep it, change it, flip it. Keep the first number. We put it over 1 because it was a whole number. Change it. We change that division to a multiplication sign. Flip it. We flip that second problem from 1/5 to 5 over 1. We multiply straight across. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1. And we made that into a 10 because when we have a whole number over 1, it is that whole number. That is how we write that.